Close your eyes for a moment. It's the 1970s. A station wagon rolls down a two-lane highway. The windows are open, and an AM radio is playing beneath the dashboard. At home, a television glows in the living room, while neon signs light up the streets outside. There was no streaming, no playlists, no skipping songs. You waited for the radio to play your favorite. And sometimes, one song seemed to be everywhere. These are 15 one-hit wonders that ruled American radio and became memories. Number 15, Evil Woman, Don't Play Your Games With Me, Crow. Late 1969. The radio is turned up inside a moving car, and the sound coming through the speakers doesn't sound like the polished pop records playing everywhere else. It's rougher, louder, a little dangerous. Then Crow's Evil Woman takes over. The Minneapolis rock band pushed the song to number 19 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving them their defining American hit. It arrived at a fascinating moment. The carefree feeling of the 1960s was beginning to fade, while a heavier, harder sound was moving toward the center of American rock. Crow seemed ready for the new decade. But the follow-up hits never arrived. Today, Evil Woman feels like a snapshot caught between two eras. You can almost see the old highway, chrome reflecting beneath streetlights, long hair blowing through open windows, and an AM radio carrying rock into the night. The band had one big moment, but that moment still sounds alive. Number 14, Hey There Lonely Girl, Eddie Holman. The house is quiet. A small television is glowing in the living room, but someone has turned down the volume. From somewhere nearby comes the sound of a radio. Then Eddie Holman's voice rises above everything. Hey There Lonely Girl reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970. There was something almost unreal about Holman's falsetto. It sounded fragile, emotional, and completely different from the rock that was beginning to dominate the decade. This was a song for slow dances and teenage crushes, a song you could dedicate to someone without having to say the words yourself. Maybe you remember hearing it from the back seat of a family car. Maybe it was playing in a bedroom while someone stared out the window, thinking about the person they couldn't stop thinking about. Holman never found another American hit of comparable size, but one song gave him something many artists never get, a voice that could instantly bring back a room. Number 13, The Rapper, the Jaggerz. Friday night. A jukebox stands against the wall of a neighborhood bar or teen hangout. Someone drops a coin into the machine. The lights are low, the dance floor fills, and suddenly, the Jaggerz are playing. The Rapper climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. The Pittsburgh group had captured exactly the kind of sound early 70s radio loved. A little pop, a little soul, a strong groove, and a chorus that stayed in your head after the record stopped. For a while, the Jaggerz were everywhere, but the magic didn't last. Their next releases couldn't reproduce the success of The Rapper, and the group gradually disappeared from the national spotlight. Yet that's what makes hearing the song today so strange. It doesn't feel like an old chart statistic. It feels like a Friday night in 1970. Young people laughing, a jukebox glowing in the corner, cars parked outside, and music spilling into the room. For a few minutes, you can almost hear the coin hit the jukebox again. Number 12. Love Grows, Where My Rosemary Goes. Edison Lighthouse. A television is glowing in an American living room in 1970. The picture isn't perfect. The colors have that slightly soft look of an old television set. Someone is sitting on the sofa while the radio plays nearby. Then comes that bright melody. Love Grows, Where My Rosemary Goes. Climbed to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became the signature American hit associated with Edison Lighthouse. The song sounded like pure optimism, young love, sunshine, springtime, and the beginning of a new decade. But there was a fascinating story behind the name. Edison Lighthouse was essentially built around studio musicians and vocalist Tony Burrows, with a performing group assembled after the record became a hit. For listeners, none of that mattered. They simply heard the song everywhere, and maybe that's why it still works so well today. Those opening notes can bring back colorful television sets, afternoon drives, young romance, and a time when turning on the radio could instantly brighten the room. Number 11. The House of the Rising Sun. Frijid Pink. Now it's nighttime. The highway is almost empty. Gas stations glow beneath harsh fluorescent lights, and the dashboard of an old car shines softly in the darkness. Then the guitar hits. Frijid Pink's version of The House of the Rising Sun sounded nothing like a gentle folk ballad. It was distorted, heavy, and almost unsettling. The song reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. For a brief moment, Frijid Pink looked like one of the bands ready to define the new decade. But they couldn't turn that breakthrough into another major American top 40 success. And today, that makes the record feel like a musical time capsule. You can hear the late 1960s disappearing inside it. Psychedelic rock giving way to heavier guitars, darker sounds, and the uncertain mood of the early 1970s. Play it late at night, and something happens. The room gets darker, the highway comes back, and suddenly, you're somewhere in America, driving through the night with nothing but the radio for company. Number 10. Vehicle, The Ides of March. A summer afternoon in 1970. A young driver is behind the wheel of an American car. The windows are down, and the engine is humming beneath the music. Then, Vehicle blasts through the radio. The Ides of March had created a sound that was almost impossible to ignore. Guitars drove the song forward, while the horns gave it an explosive punch. The result was a number 2 Billboard Hot 100 hit. The band had come out of the Chicago area music scene, and suddenly a group that had spent years playing locally was being heard across America. But the follow-up never matched that moment. And today, Vehicle is almost impossible to separate from the visual world of early 70s America. Chrome, gasoline, open highways, sunlight on the windshield, a radio turned louder than necessary. Maybe that's why the song still feels so powerful. It doesn't simply remind you of 1970. It makes you feel like you're driving through it. Number 9. Tighter, Tighter, a live N Kickin. An open window, a transistor radio playing somewhere down the street, a few parked cars, teenagers standing around in the afternoon sun, talking about nothing important and waiting for the next song. Then, Tighter, Tighter comes through. A live N Kickin took the song to number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. It had everything early 70s pop radio loved. A memorable melody, a bright rhythm, and the kind of chorus that seemed to belong to summer. For a short time, it was everywhere. Then the radio moved on. The band never found another American hit that could match it. But perhaps that's exactly why the song has such a strong nostalgic feeling today. It doesn't remind you of some enormous historical event. It reminds you of an ordinary afternoon. The kind of afternoon nobody thinks is important while they're living it. A car parked by the curb, music coming from an open window, friends standing outside, and a summer that seemed like it would last forever. Number 8. Ride, Captain Ride, Blues Image. What they had to say. The road is long, the sun is low, the windows are open, and an old convertible is heading somewhere without much of a plan. Then, Ride, Captain Ride comes through the speakers. Blues Image took the song to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its relaxed rhythm made it perfect for the open road. It didn't feel like a song you had to sit still and listen to. It felt like a song you traveled with. That was part of the magic of early 70s America. You could leave town with a paper map on the seat, a few dollars in your pocket, and no phone telling you exactly where you were. You simply followed the highway. And the radio came along. Blues Image never found another American top 40 hit to match Ride, Captain Ride, but the song still carries that feeling of freedom. Listen today, and you can almost see the highway stretching ahead. Sunlight across the windshield, roadside signs passing by, and the next town still miles away. For 3 minutes, the road is open again. Waiting for the train that goes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Number 7. One Toke Over the Line, Brewer and Shipley. By the early 1970s, American television was changing, sometimes without realizing it. Brewer and Shipley's One Toke Over the Line climbed to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song already carried the atmosphere of college campuses, coffee houses, folk music, and a younger generation challenging the culture around them. Then came one of the strangest television moments of the era. The song appeared on the Lawrence Welk Show. The contrast was unforgettable. A counterculture-flavored song appearing on one of America's most wholesome television programs. For Brewer and Shipley, the song became their defining American pop hit. They never found another comparable top 40 success. But the record survived because it captured something bigger than a chart position. It captured a country changing in real time. Old television, young people with guitars, parents watching from the living room, a new generation pushing against the old one. And somehow, all of it ended up on the same television screen. Number 6, Sweet City Woman, the Stampeders. Sweet City Woman. It's early evening in 1971. Downtown windows are beginning to glow. Cars move slowly through the streets. A radio plays somewhere inside a passing automobile. Then that banjo-driven rhythm arrives. Sweet City Woman climbed to number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became the Stampeders' signature American hit.
Sweet City Woman, on the banjo and me we got.
There was something unusual about the record. It blended pop, folk, country flavor, and a little bit of everything that made early 70s radio so colorful. For a while, the Canadian group seemed to be everywhere in America. Then the moment passed. They never found another American top 40 hit of comparable size.
Say boom, 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 say boom, 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 slow.
But listen to the song now and the scenery almost creates itself. Old cars, wide collars, long hair, streetlights, summer air, a radio playing through an open window. That's the strange power of a one-hit wonder. The song may have lasted only a few minutes, but it can preserve an entire evening from 50 years ago.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me
Number 5, Sunshine, Jonathan Edwards.
shine, go away today. I don't feel much.
The city disappears behind you. The highway opens up. The windows are down. There's an old guitar somewhere in the back seat, and sunlight is pouring across the dashboard. Then Jonathan Edwards' Sunshine comes through the radio. The song climbed to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Edwards' defining hit.
Gone and tried to run my life. You don't know what.
Unlike many records of the period, it didn't feel overly polished. It felt spontaneous, honest, almost like someone had simply picked up a guitar and started singing. That quality fit perfectly with an era fascinated by open roads, simpler living, folk music, and personal freedom. But Edwards couldn't turn the success into another comparable top 40 hit.
Damn, that they're on my side.
So Sunshine became something more than a hit. It became a mood. Maybe you remember hearing it from an old car radio. Maybe it reminds you of a summer trip, a family vacation, or simply a time when there seemed to be nowhere you had to be. The road ahead, the sun above you, music coming through one small speaker. Sometimes that's enough.
Precious and few are the moments we took.
Number 4, Precious and Few, Climax.
And if I can't find my way back home.
The gymnasium lights are low. Paper decorations hang from the walls. A few couples are standing near the edge of the dance floor, waiting. Then the music slows down. Precious and Few begins. Climax took the romantic ballad to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Precious and few are the moments we took.
It represented another side of early 70s America, softer, quieter, and intensely personal. This was the kind of song that belonged to school dances and young love. Maybe you remember standing beside someone you wanted to ask to dance. Maybe you remember the person you actually did dance with. Or maybe you simply remember being young enough to believe that one slow song could change everything.
Baby, it's you on my mind. Your love is so.
Climax never found another American hit that matched the success of Precious and Few. But the song doesn't feel forgotten. It feels preserved. Because music has a strange way of storing emotions. You may forget the name of the gym. You may forget what you were wearing. But then those first few notes play, and suddenly you're standing there again.
She was black as the night.
Number 3, Brother Louie, Stories.
Nothing bad, it was good.
America, 1973. The living room television is glowing. The radio is playing in the kitchen. Bell bottoms are everywhere. Records are stacked beside turntables. And a new generation is beginning to challenge ideas their parents once accepted without question. Then Brother Louie reaches number 1. Stories had taken the song all the way to the top of the Billboard Hot 100. But underneath the catchy pop sound was a subject that reflected the changing country around it, an interracial relationship. That made the song more than just another romantic hit. It arrived during a period when American attitudes toward race and relationships were changing, even though old prejudices had not disappeared. For stories, the success was enormous, but they never found another American top 40 hit of comparable impact. So, Brother Louie remains frozen in its moment. A changing America, changing music, changing fashion, changing attitudes, and a young generation discovering that the world they inherited didn't have to remain the world they lived in. Number 2, Pillow Talk, Sylvia. It's after midnight. The television has gone dark. The house is quiet. A small lamp glows beside the bed, and somewhere outside, neon reflects against the window. Then Sylvia's voice comes through the radio. Pillow Talk. The song climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1973. It belonged to a completely different side of the decade. No crowded dance floor, no roaring highway, no summer party. This was nighttime music. Smooth, intimate, a little mysterious. It was the kind of record that sounded different when everyone else in the house was asleep. Sylvia became strongly associated with the song, but never found another American top 40 hit that matched its impact. And perhaps that makes Pillow Talk even more memorable, because it doesn't just remind you of 1973. It reminds you of being awake when the rest of the world had gone quiet. The record spinning, the radio glowing, the room almost completely dark. Some songs bring back a decade. This one brings back a night. Number 1, Hooked on a Feeling, Blue Swede. And then there was that sound. You didn't need the DJ to introduce it. You didn't need to see the record. The moment those opening sounds came through the radio, you knew exactly what was coming. Blue Swede's Hooked on a Feeling reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1974. Suddenly it was everywhere. Car radios, jukeboxes, teenage parties, record stores, television. The song had an opening so strange and memorable that it became almost impossible to separate from the decade itself. Maybe you heard it from the back seat of your parents' car. Maybe it was playing at a party. Maybe it came from a jukebox while everyone was laughing and talking around you. You probably didn't realize you were hearing something that would still be recognizable 50 years later. Blue Swede never needed another American hit of the same magnitude, because one was enough. Those opening sounds became a doorway, and behind that doorway is 1974. Long hair, wide collars, vinyl records, glowing dashboards, crowded rooms, summer nights, and radios turned all the way up. The decade is gone. The cars are gone. The old radios are gone. But press play, and for a few seconds, you're back. Maybe that's why these songs still matter. You may not remember exactly where you were when you first heard them, but you remember the feeling. A car ride, a kitchen radio, a television glowing in the living room, a school dance, a summer night, someone you loved, someone you lost, or simply a time when life felt completely different. The artists may have had only one giant hit, but those songs became part of the soundtrack of people's lives. And that's the strange power of music. A melody can bring back a face, a voice can bring back a room, and a few seconds of an old song can bring back an entire world. Which one of these songs takes you back the fastest? Tell us in the comments.